FTW. You mad? FTW broadcasting here for the win. We bring you hot League of Legends action, bringing you that High-Elo Procast. Once again, thanks for all of your feedback in the comments, guys, as we become better casters. Joining me, as always, on this High-Elo featured game is my boy Danny. How you doing, sir?
That's right, it's me, MBD, and I am happy to be here.
Right on. And we also have King of Town, his royalness himself, on the analysis commentary. How you doing there, Kingo?
I'm doing excellent myself, and not to steal anybody's thunder, but very excited to see a Fizz in this game. We'll talk about that later.
Awesome. Yeah, we were talking about that a little bit early game, pre-game here. MBD, you want to get with the introductions on the purple side?
Alright, let's hop right into it. We have, over here on the purple side, we have Ninja Ken playing the Kennen. I believe he will be going top. We have TB Spike as the Nocturne in the jungle, starting out at the red here, as you can see. And we have the Yazuki, would you pronounce it? I can't pronounce things. Yazuki as the Fisherman Fizz in the middle. Your favorite
that's pretty
there.
close. Good enough.
Seems good enough. Down here as a support, we have Xpecial. Oh, from Solomid. Excellent. Very nice. I'm glad to see him. Support specialist. I learned most of what I know about support from him, but I probably shouldn't say that because I'm bad.
That's very exciting. And
then Chaox, also on Solomid, with Corky as the range carry. And we can head right over to the Kingtown to introduce the blue team.
On the blue team, we have Feet Team playing as Varus, which is interesting. This will be the first time I've seen Varus in high-level play. Very excited. And also Daydreamin' as Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank, obviously very dangerous, changes the whole game when he's in the lane. And then up here by the Golem, we have Cassiopeia, Kaizakua Luffy, apparently.
That one's a tongue twister.
That one's a tongue twister. It looks like she's about to head back to mid. Obviously, this Udyr in the jungle. And then we have our Riven, our Bunny Riven, obviously, very sexy, headed up towards the top in the bruiser position.
Emile de Raven. Very, very clever name there. Okay, thank you for the introductions, boys. It looks like we have to start the action right here with this river action by the dragon. So I'm going to give us a countdown and we'll get into it. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. And right now, the Blitzcrank was trying to chase down that Corky. Corky immediately escaping at level 1, it appears, picking up his Valkyrie move, which is interesting, an early game thing. I guess he was planning on harassing early by picking up that Valkyrie. What do you think about that?
Well, it's a very safe maneuver. You don't, especially if you're going to be running around in that area like he was, as in perhaps, you know, doing a steal or just generally being in an area where you could get in trouble. Your damage moves aren't going to be super great, so it's better to, especially when you're so squishy, and he went with boots. So I think that's his way there, especially with, you know, Xpecial as the support doesn't have any sort of heal or shield.
That's a good point.
It's not uncommon to see the AD carries pick up their mobility maneuver, whatever it is, their escape, right off the bat, just because they're, especially in high-level play, there's so much propensity for early-level action.
Very good, and it looks like our Udyr in the jungle has picked up the blue, and it looks like Nocturne has picked up both the blue and the red. This is the point where we're going to probably see some harassment, some ganking. TB Spike, is he going for the lane, or is he going to go for the counter jungle? Let's see where he moves.
He's sneaking up and around. You see what he's doing here. It looks like he's sneaking around for the gank, knowing that there'll be a ward in this general area, and he's right, because there is one. Very nice maneuver.
Yeah, great maneuver. They didn't put it in the triangle bush because generally that's not the right choice, but here it would have been. Here comes Nocturne. There's the Valkyrie from Corky trying to move in on this Varus, and it didn't work, but the clutch grab from that Blitzcrank finishes off Nocturne and punishes him for coming in on that gank. That's that game-changing factor you're talking about right there, isn't it, King of Town? Meanwhile, Udyr wants some revenge for that previous gank, coming in there, getting both the pop-up and the stun on the Corky. Corky able to escape. I think this Leona will be fine. Whoa. Holy moly, Leona getting pulled back and getting killed there. I thought Leona was going to be able to escape. Generally, Leona, very safe early game, but evidently not in this case.
Yeah, that was a really rough situation. Just a bad exchange well, I guess this isn't Team Solomid, it just looks like it's just Chaox and Xpecial, but just a bad exchange overall, losing the first blood to that failed gank and then getting ganked themselves. So it's a rough situation to be in, but they could still turn it around here.
I will say I believe Yazuki is a Solomid player. I know that Yazuki does have a very highly rated Fizz guide on Solomid. It's not only approved, I believe it's featured. Yuzuki is another very well-known Fizz player. So I believe
I do not believe he is a member of Team Solomid, the actual team, though.
He's just posting guides on the site?
Sure.
Okay,
yes.
Okay, gotcha.
He doesn't live in the Solomid house, either. At least not to my knowledge.
I wish I lived in the Solomid house. I'm much too noob for that. We got Nocturne going top. He looks like he's going to go for that gank. So difficult to gank a Riven. He's got to move in immediately, though. He's not going to get better positioning on this Bunny Ears Riven. Oh my gosh, move in right now, Nocturne. Do it, do it, do it.
There
And
it
he's
goes.
waiting. Just biding his time, Riven. Just moving forward, waiting for Riven to get slightly aggressive on that cannon so we could get the optimum positioning. Is the Ignite going to finish him off? No, it was Kennen. Very nice job by Kennen. Getting that kill. Nice gank there by Nocturne, making up for the previous mistakes. And oh my gosh, look in the bottom lane. Blitzcrank pulling Corki off of his own tower. In the forest.
We missed that. Let's back up 15 seconds for that, shall we?
Back up 15 seconds. Okay, I will let you do the...
Boom, 3, 2, 1, backing it up here. Here, I'm going to back up another 15 seconds because we missed it. Let's do it.
What time mark are you at?
We're going to back up. I am sitting at the time mark at 4:58. Wow, right before that that Nocturne gank. This seemed to happen simultaneously. I'm at 4:58 if you guys want to come in here.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. And looks like the exchange coming here. Blitzcrank getting a successful pull on that Leona to start out this fight. Leona forced to retreat at this point with the Udyr coming in on the gank. Is Leona going to die? Yes. Leona goes down, which puts Corki in a terrible position where it's time to flee. Corki deciding to hang out and just kind of harass in the meantime. Varus laying down a little extra damage. Here's where the killing blow comes into play. Blitzcrank going buck wild, staying right out of tower range with the pop-up. Varus finishing it off and getting the kill. Wow, excellent double kill. This bottom lane is having a rough as hell time on the purple side.
Yeah,
it just goes to show you that you're never safe when you're being attacked by a robot. Lessons to be learned. Life lessons.
It is life lessons. And you did see the way the robot using his speed boost to get himself into position. Very, very key for high-level robot play. And, yeah, I was very excited about seeing Xpecial and Chaox in this bottom lane. I love to watch them play usually, and usually you see them doing just a little bit better than this. It's been kind of just a rough situation for them.
You're right, the speed boost, such a critical move for a Blitzcrank player. Most good Blitzcrank players are going to max out that speed boost before they max out the Power Fist. You only need level 1 Power Fist, really, just for the stun effect.
Well, especially if you're playing the straight support Blitzcrank.
Right, exactly.
Well, and let's face it, when you have somebody like Blitzcrank in addition to somebody like Varus, who does have an extremely long range, and though I've only played a few games against him, has the potential to be very dangerous, you don't necessarily have to be that close as a Varus to be able to lay down a lot of damage if the robot can grab somebody with his hook.
Speaking of which, robots headed back down to the bottom lane, dropping a vision ward in the river to try to spot any enemy wards. What he didn't know is that there was a purple team ward sitting in the triangle bush, so he was spotted coming in. Therefore, he was unable to surprise attack there. Nocturne coming in for the gank up top. Is Riven gonna get killed again? As soon as Riven got aggressive once more, Nocturne picked out the perfect timing to finish off that kill.
Yeah.
Very, very nice. Nice timing on the gank. Again, waiting for Riven to blow Riven's first move in that sequence of 3.
Yes,
in order to move in.
Riven has a ward in her inventory, but she has not placed it, and that's the big problem. One ward right here, and she could have seen both of those ganks coming.
As you see most pro junglers doing, immense skill, playing as this Udyr, setting up that blue for the mid to come take it. Junglers, take notice. Let your AP mid pick up that blue. It will benefit your team in the long run.
Yep. Often we have a good buddy who likes to say that mid AP we're entitled now. We expect it. And you know what I say to that? Yeah, we do. Give it up. Oh, here we go. Moving in on the Corki.
Uh-oh. Evil. Oh, gosh. It was almost like a Matrix-style dodge right there. Blowing some focus points was that Corki. The Valkyrie just at the right moment there. That timing was just so critical.
When we have a gank up here with Udyr.
Yes, indeed. Udyr coming in, successfully getting that stun off on Kennen, but Kennen very easy, very good at escaping, but the ignite on that Kennen. Kennen getting finished off there. Very successful gank. And notice, guys, that Udyr has an Oracle's Elixir.
That is an early Oracle's, yes.
At the 8-minute mark, that's strange. What is a typical timing for Oracles?
Generally, it's well, there's not really a super typical timing, but it's at least by the 15-minute mark. It really just depends on how you feel, how strongly you feel you can hold on to it.
Right on. And for you new players out there that don't understand why the Oracle's Elixir is a factor, it allows you to see invisible things. So the enemy team wards in the river, that gives their team vision, which is such a powerful element in this game. It helps them out there. Darkness using Darkness. Nocturne popping the ultimate, but waiting a moment before moving in with it. Cassiopeia looks like she's completely screwed. Blitzcrank trying to finish off the Fizz. The Fizz almost escaped, but Udyr, they're able to secure that kill.
Yeah, that Darkness, oh, I hate it so much. It just freaks me out every time. It's like, even when it's the only Nocturne on their team is on my team, and it's like you get that blue tint so you know it's yours, it still freaks me out.
I have a hard time calling that champ Nocturne just because the Darkness audio clip is so memorable. Just such a good job by the audio team. We probably shouldn't say that every time he's in a game, but because it'll get repetitive, but it's just, it's true.
Yeah, we're good, I think.
Sounds good.
People like it.
So are you enjoying this Fizz play? I know Fizz is one of your favorite champs, King of Town. Are you enjoying the Fizz play you're seeing out of these high-level players, or is it just too early to really tell?
Well, it is a little early to tell. I would like to point out that when you compare Fizz and Cass's, creep score here, Fizz is actually a little bit ahead, and that's kind of surprising considering Cass is, in fact, ranged, usually able to zone out a melee champ like Fizz. This just goes to show that
we've got a little action down bottom, though, it thinks.
Yes, indeed. Looks like it's... Oh, no, I thought they were going to pull back, but Blitzcrank can always turn it around and surprise you. Will the Power Fist... No. Popping the heal to try to turn that situation around. Is Blitzcrank going to chase this down? Varus low on health with the Ignite on him. Blitzcrank able to finish off the kill with the Power Fist. And, oh, no, Blitz was good. Blitz was good. His mana barrier hadn't even popped yet during that fight. Having the confidence that that would save him if it did get quite hairy, which it did. Corki trying to turn this around. Oh, barely missing with that pull. That pull actually could have been suicidal in that situation, as Corki was in the middle of the Gatling gun.
He was. I think a pull there followed by a pop-out would have been the end, probably would have been the end of Corki. Robot might have died, but I think Corki would have died as well in that situation. And as you noticed in that fight, Leona very, very quickly gets very... she stops being so squishy really quickly. It took him much longer to take her down that time as opposed to earlier in the game.
I don't know if you just saw that again, another Matrix dodge.
Fingertips with the gloves.
On his right at the end of his boxing glove, you could say. Blitzcrank getting interrupted there by that ultimate. Looks like Nocturne in the woods here, trolling around, looking for a gank. Cassiopeia knew it was coming because of the warding. So, able to avoid that one. Fizz hopping into the bushes here. What they don't know is both of them have been seen by the blue team's wards. Some pinging going on in the river. They're gathering to knock out this dragon. Looks like blue team is aware. Do you think the blue team will be able to move in here? There are 4 from the purple team in position.
They're in a bad spot. That's going to be a free dragon. And they don't even want to move in at that point. There goes the Fizz ultimate, and oh, explosions.
Whoa. Just destroyed by a manatee. How embarrassing is that? Fizz picking up another kill. You don't want to do that. You don't want to feed the Fizz. Fizz snowballs really fast. As an AP assassin, Fizz is capable of wrecking teams just left and right, provided that you let him get away with it.
That was nice Fizz play. He got him with the manatee, and then he used his playful trickster to jump up over this ledge here and just popped her up, and then even with the Cassiopeia ultimate, it just wasn't enough. She took too much damage in that little burst.
No, doesn't matter. I like to call that the troll pull because there are so many ways you can just make your opponents hate life with that. It does feel like trolling almost every time you use it.
Troll pull. I like it because it rhymes.
Blitzcrank trying to get so aggressive down in this bottom lane. I feel like Blitzcrank has been the main factor, has really been shutting things down in the bottom lane, but who cares about the bottom lane when there's hot action in the top lane? Udyr moving straight in on this cannon. Will Cannon be able to escape? The flash being blown there by Riven. The Riven missing. Riven missing with his Kai Burst. Able to finish off that Udyr. The miss on the Kai Burst saved Kennon's life, essentially. That mistake saved Kennon's life and potentially cost Udyr his life.
That's one of the things I love to see. Like, you see the one jungler come in with the gank, and then the other jungler just happens to be right beside for the re-gank, and it just turns it all around.
Blitzcrank going hog wild in the bottom lane with the crazy pull there, going behind the tower essentially, and getting that pull and locking down another kill in the bottom lane. Varus there to finish off the job. This Blitzcrank is dominant, and I really wasn't expecting Blitzcrank to be so successful against these really reputable solo mid players.
Yeah, this 0-5 Leona is not something you see from Xpecial. It's something you see from, like, me I've definitely gone 0-5 with Leona, and I've also gone on, you know, very well with her. So you need to have a very good early game with Leona. She can't hold back like some of the other supports, like your Jaina or your Janna and your Soraka. They can kind of hold back and wait for middle game and just try and make a neutral lane can be a win for them. With Jaina, you have to win your lane to improve your middle game. It's with Leona, you have to win your bottom to really set yourself up for a proper middle.
No doubt that's the case. I mean, in recent ranked games I played, the Leona just straight up dominated me early game, and that's where she really shines. That's a great point. Looks like this Fizz was going to gank top, decided not to. Wouldn't have been spotted because there's no ward in the river for the blue team. Udyr being spotted by Fizz. Is Fizz going to do anything?
Oh, there he is. He gets ultimate. There's the Earth.
Earth Manatee. Earth coming up out of the ground for blood. Earth is bloodthirsty, except when he's being warned by Warwick. In that case, Earth is dead. But regardless, I love Earth the Manatee. I don't know about you guys. I love Earth. I've got Earth on our FTW broadcasting channel skin, actually. The Earth with the spatula.
Yes. Well, that is signature.
Something about getting shot with a fish and then attacked by a manatee just makes the Fizz troll level skyrocket.
It's actually a lobster.
It is a lobster. That is confirmed.
Oh.
Udyr coming in here, trying to take out this red buff Kennen. Kennen trying to escape Riven, able to chase down so effectively. Udyr can get one more pop in here with a stun. It doesn't matter. Riven able to finish that off with the Kai Burst. What's going on in the woods here? Looks like your boy Fizz is chasing down this Blitzcrank, this dominant Blitzcrank this game. Yeah. Cassiopeia pulling back. They're unable to make anything happen on that Fizz with the blue buff.
Yeah, it looked like Blitzcrank was trying to steal the blue there, did not succeed. And yet that Riven-Udyr combo is just ridiculous. You get Udyr with the original stun, Riven can come charging and get her own stun, and by that time Udyr's stuns usually cool down again, so it's just the chain of stuns is ridiculous.
Notice how this Blitz has an Oracles right now as well.
Yep, it's about time for the support to grab the Oracles there. Leona, of course, would probably grab one, except that she's had such a rough game, she cannot afford one.
Would you recommend, guys, for lower level players, about the 15-minute mark? Is this about the appropriate point?
We've got action here as Leona comes in. Oh, there's a pool on Chaox, and Chaox goes down, and Leona is in big trouble. She's just getting peppered by this Varus.
I don't think Leona's going to be able to survive. No, yeah, she was fine because the rocket grab was still on cooldown. Blitz going to try it once again.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. No, Blitz headed home at this point, so Varus just able to farm in the meantime.
Yeah, this is definitely a rough situation for your support AD solo mid representatives here. 0-2 and 0-5, definitely not their highest level play. I have seen games like this get posted though, so they definitely don't only post their great games.
Well, and let's not forget here that even though bottom lane is having an issue, mid, again, going back to Fizz is having a good game. Fizz is getting a lot of farm, and that's going to make them dangerous. They will very well be able to turn this around, provided that they engage properly and pick their moment.
Yeah, the game is definitely not over. The overall money situation is very close. Blitzcrank trying to chase down this Kennen, that's not going to work, but he runs right into the Riven who stuns him.
Oh! That flash was a clutch flash right there as the boxing glove went straight through the flash. Unable to get that rocket grab. Now we have an Udyr chasing down your beloved Fizz. Is Fizz going to get taken out right now? Fizz does have a Sheen as well as 2 Dorans. Fizz actually fairly decent on the survivability. Definitely going to be able to escape Cassiopeia, thinking about getting in there. Making the wise decision to pull back as Nocturne is sort of guarding the lane and kind of holding it down. I think both teams are going to separate here in this situation. Look at this tense situation in the bottom. Varus with this, like, sneaky Leona up top. What do you think this Leona's up to?
I don't know. It looks like they're feeling a little desperate and maybe aggressive, and they just want to take him out while the robot's gone. Maybe we're going to see a tower dive. I don't know if that would be the smartest maneuver right now.
He's on a streak. He's worth a lot of money. It would be worth a lot of money and a lot of EXP because they are behind, and they did change the way EXP works when you kill champions that are higher level than you. Actually, it could put them, you know, back fairly close to even if they were able to tower dive and secure this kill. But it doesn't look like he's going to give them the opportunity.
No, it isn't. Varus is just hugging the tower as if he knows what's going on, which well, I guess he can assume it, but there's a vision ward there. Doesn't matter. Blitzcrank getting up in here, using the speed boost, knocking up that Corki. Corki trying to Valkyrie out of the situation so he can come and burst down that Varus, which he successfully does with the Ignite. Blitzcrank gonna try to get some revenge here. I think this Leona will be able to escape. Yes, Leona is able to escape. And just in time, because here comes the rest of the team, 4 players bottom. Now you've got the purple team starting to poke, as you've got 3 up on the high ground, 1 on the low ground. Looks like they were aware of it as Cassiopeia dropping the AoE up on the corner. That's because their nice ward placement on the top of that ramp.
Yep, and the ward for purple team goes down, gets immediately killed by Udyr there. Just unfortunate. You hate to see that when it gets killed. Like he just happens to get the 2 attacks in there to kill it before it vanishes.
That's rare. That is really rare.
It is rare.
You have to be on it, especially as a melee hero, to really get that kill.
Yeah,
it basically turns into a 75 gold clairvoyance, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty expensive clairvoyance. Oh, Nocturne out of position. Is Nocturne going to be able to escape? Getting pulled by the robot. Robot's so freaking dominant this game. Oh my gosh, it's so impressive, this robot play. This is inspiring me to play some more Blitzcrank.
Please don't.
Coming from a true friend can tell you the honest truth. And Blitzcrank, such a skill-dependent champ. If you're doing bad, if you're missing your grabs, you are worthless. If you're hitting those grabs, you're amazing. Oh my gosh.
Oh, nice.
Oh man, pulling back Corki's. Corki flashing up to the high ground. Corki does not have the Valkyrie, so Corki's probably in a whole world of hurt. Is there going to be a dive on this? No doubt there's going to be a dive. Leona trying to stop that. Leona trying to let this tower kill that Udyr. Not going to work. Blitzcrank doesn't care if you're in tower range. He hops right out of tower range and then tries to get that pull. Such genius Blitzcrank play.
Here's the interesting thing that happened. Corki actually tried to Valkyrie like immediately when he got pulled, and it was so fast and so timed with the robot. I'm not saying the robot did this on purpose. He could, how could he? But the pop-up happened just as he was Valkyring. It broke the Valkyrie.
Wow. For the sake of this cast, I'm gonna say that was completely purposeful. And it's just that he's just that pro.
Yeah, it's not that he just used his pop-up immediately.
Because that's the logical progression. No, Riven doing a little damage to this cannon. Oh, I thought Riven was going to commit there. Not going to commit. Just taking it easy.
No, he doesn't want to commit on that cannon right now. The cannon he'll be gone. It's like, oh, lightning rush, I'm gone. Trollololo.
Yes, indeed. Cannon already having the will of the ancients. What's the next big item for a cannon right now in that build?
It would either be a Rylai's is acceptable, probably a death cap. Would be my guess. Blasting one could be either one of those. My guess is going to be the cap, though.
Blitzcrank hunting down this Nocturne. No, never mind. I thought he was coming after him. He's just dropping wards.
Oh, so he runs up, does the laugh, and then walks away. This robot.
This robot is incredible. I love the robot. And right now I'm at 21-15 to make sure we're synced up. I think we might be off by just a little bit. Regardless, the combo is back together again, in love forever. Is this Corki and Leona in the bottom lane, still unable to push down any towers, except for up top. There's only been 1 tower that's gone down, and we're 21 minutes into this. That's actually sort of rare. Normally you see at least 2 or 3 towers down by this time, but regardless, I suppose that's not a huge factor. Once the team gets 3 or 4 people killed
we got sneaky Nocturne here.
Oh, wow, sneaky Nocturne coming in. Uh-oh, Varus is totally doomed. Will Blitzcrank pull back? Wow, popping that, I'm sorry, does Leona have an item that would negate that? No, it looked to me like Blitzcrank connected with that rocket grab and it didn't work on Leona. What exactly happened?
That's not exactly how I saw it. I think he just missed just a little bit by, by a pixel or 2.
I was looking for a Banshees. I didn't see a Banshees there. Regardless, I guess it was just off by just a little bit. That can be very frustrating as a Blitzcrank that might have killed that Leona. We can't be sure. Chasing down the Corki and Leona once again, a familiar story in the bottom lane.
Yeah, absolutely. Second verse, same as the first with that one, but they have turned it around a little bit, gotten a couple of good kills on Varus there, so that's very important. They want to try and put that carry down.
Finally being applied on this mid tower. Fizz having none of that. Very successfully defending that tower with the Blitzcrank in the game, pulling that Fizz out of position. Udyr, is he going to be able to finish it? No, Fizz escaping. Cassiopeia with the finisher. Very nice. Now, Cassiopeia is getting focused down one-on-one by this Nocturne, able to turn it around and just do a ton of dots.
Nocturne turned around at just the right moment there. If he had been facing there and got ultimated there, he would definitely have been dead. But unfortunately, for Cassiopeia, he did turn around. Oh, Blitzcrank is in trouble.
Blitzcrank, get out of there, buddy. He is going to be able to escape, getting out at just the right time. It seems that everything's working out for this Blitzcrank this game. Going for the grab on his dying moments, silencing that Corki at the last minute, knowing that he's going to die, trying to get a kill right before his death.
Yeah, this is just a ridiculous fight as Kennen comes in.
Wow, Kennen coming in, trying to... Riven getting greedy there, able to finish that off with the Kai burst. Kennen forced back to pull back to the tower. Sorry I was silent there from when I was coughing.
That was reminiscent of some of the lower ELO fights you see where it's 2-on-3 and then 2 people die and then people just keep trickling in. And this fight continues. It continues.
Why is Riven still here? Doesn't Riven know everybody's up? Riven gonna die, no doubt. They're straight diving right now. If that tower matters not for that Nocturne, he's got to get that kill. Purple team wanting to turn it around. They're doing a pretty decent job of doing it. Now it's 16-12 on the kill count. Gold is pretty damn even as well. Only 1.5 difference. King of Town, how's everybody doing on their farm right now?
Obviously some are doing better than others. Corki and Bear is actually fairly similar in kills in CS. Corki is about 20 behind, which is significant but not game-breaking. So obviously, you know, there is the opportunity to catch up. Overall, the farm is fairly close, 16 kills to 12. It's a significant advantage, but not a significant enough advantage that it's automatically going to be a snowball fest. However, if this Blitzcrank continues to play the way he has, I really see Purple Team having a difficult time. Uh-oh, looks like Corki is out of position again.
Yep, Corki escapes just in time with that Valkyrie, that Matrix-like focus. Nocturne got a sight set on this Udyr. No, just a little bit of harass on the Udyr. He's not going to be able to make that happen, especially with the Cassiopeia backing up that Udyr. That's just too much damage out the gate. What they didn't know is that there was a Leona waiting in the bushes, waiting to move in. Now Riven's coming into the picture. It's a 3v3 situation. Mid, make that 4v4 with Kennen getting in there. It's more of a tense situation as Blitzcrank and... excuse me, Blitzcrank and Varus realizing this is going to be a massive team fight. This could be a huge determinant. Let's see how many people die. That's what I want to know. Nobody dying, everybody being careful. The question is, how is this engagement going to start? Riven really wanting to start it by getting super aggressive. I was hoping to say, how is this going to start? And then Blitzcrank would get a grab to start it for us. Very tense situation. Looks like there's some action here in the bushes as Corki coming in trying to do damage. Corki getting focused down by this Udyr in the river, but meanwhile, Blitzcrank pulling in that Nocturne, able to finish that off. Fizz also getting polished off. Purple team sort of on the ropes right now. Lots of low health blues going on. Kennen, is he going to be able to get finished off? No, Kennen escaping. Kennen escaping. Hopefully he runs for his life. I don't think he'll be able to get any kills there. Corki going down as well. Finally, Blitzcrank dies in that fight. Blue team definitely came out on top. Is this Kennen going to be able to capitalize on that Riven? No. Kennen making the wise decision to go... No. I'm reversing everything I'm saying right now because Kennen, I thought he was going home, but he sees the opportunity here. Is this going to be too greedy to get this kill on Riven? It was.
Way too greedy.
The greed. Oh, he saw it. He saw it. He got tunnel vision. And now this mid tower is going to go down. Varus and his boys... No, just Varus. Gonna lay a hurting on this lane? No, just gonna kill one tower and pull back. Quite the exchange on a multi-fronted battle. I gotta say, these battles seem a little disorganized. Would you guys agree?
Oh, absolutely. Especially for high-elo play, that's definitely a lot of disorganization. I kind of like it. It's really intense and exciting.
It is. It's just a lot of reactionary play. It's sort of... it doesn't seem like everybody's on TeamSpeak on the same page, like let's lie in wait and then move in.
No, this is definitely a ranked solo queue, would be my guess. With the Solomid guys duo queuing here. That would be my guess on what's happening.
I like it, man. I like it. I like how ragtag it. It reminds me of, I guess it reminds me of the kind of games we play, but except for they're way better. So, let's see what's going on here with the Baron. Looks like there was a little bit of maybe a lure towards the Baron. I'm not sure exactly what... Do you know what was going on there? What Blitz was doing in the Baron?
Oh, he was killing a ward.
Oh, okay, that's all.
I caught it on camera.
You caught it on camera, so you have the proof.
Mm-hmm. Candid camera.
Another situation mid. Everybody's kind of gathering up, sort of waiting to react, waiting for the other team to make a mistake. Ward by the Baron. Blitzcrank, because of the oracles, able to take it out. No more vision. Gonna make that steal that much more difficult. Is Purple Team just going to dive on this? Another ward going down.
They almost have to, I would think, at this point. Here it is. There's the darkness.
There's the darkness. They did not steal the Baron buff. Oh my goodness, blue team able to turn this around. The Baron buff just really helping them out in terms of power. Kennen getting killed immediately. Triple kill from Cassiopeia. There was too much grouping going on. The purple team was too close to each other. Cass able to use those AoEs so effectively. Massive ace there. That will probably mean that the middle inhib goes down.
Yeah, that was a dirty, dirty ace. Everyone's up. Everyone has the Baron still. You know, oh, that's just a rough situation. 17 seconds till the anyone on their team is back. That is going to be the end of the middle inhib, and that might even be a GG no re.
We shall see. I'm not sure if it will be a GG no re. I guess the proof will be in the pudding. I don't know if they'll be able to dive. I don't know if they'll be able to dive at mid and make it happen. Let's see.
Well, it's a rough situation either way for the purple team to come back.
Yeah, it is. Well, you're absolutely.
They're now
right.
down 10k.
Oh boy, that's a huge difference. And notice earlier, I think it was like 16-12 earlier. Now it's 26-14. As the purple team was coming back, those last two team fight situations, pushing the blue team out so far ahead. We've said it before. This game is determined between the 20 and 45 minute mark. Everything early game just boils down to those big team fights once you get towards the mid game.
Oh yeah, your early game is really just preparing you for that mid game, which is the most important. Those 1 or 2 team fights are just clutch.
Cass in the bushes, able to connect with the ultimate, which will probably lead to the kill here on Nocturne. Solo killing that Nocturne. That was disgusting. Corki trying out for blood. Corki out of position, really, with no teammates to back him up, getting killed by that Varus.
He did get the cast though. That's what he wanted. He did that.
I
like the way I like her death animation. She turns to stone and falls apart. I like it.
I will say, I feel like Purple Team's biggest problem right here is just really a lack of coordination, a lack of teamwork, not being all together when they need to be, being all together too much together when they ought not to be, and you know, at this point, I would just have to, no matter what happens, the MVP here is going to go to our dear Blitzcrank, Daydreamin'.
I felt like what Corki's doing there was sort of a frustration kill. But
I know all about frustration kills. He's like, I'm just gonna get somebody. This game's over, but I'm gonna get somebody.
I don't know if you caught it on Take There a moment ago. Riven, once again, took out Kennen top. But that's why Riven's able to push this top tower. Riven really being able to handle business so easily. I don't think top tower is going to go down. Nocturne's going to be able to push this away.
Or is he? With the Udyr and Blitzcrank there?
Blitzcrank with the clutch grab through the trees. So freaking nasty. This Nocturne pretty much doomed. He uses his ultimate to go the opposite direction. As good of a juke as you could possibly ask, but it doesn't matter. There's too many people there. And Udyr was there to secure that sucker with the stun. It's now a major focus down situation. Leona leading the charge with a Fizz behind. Looks like the blue team could get cleaned up here.
Fizz just destroying that Blitzcrank. That's that AP burst I was talking about. Just absolutely devastating no matter who you are. The percentile damage on the W just absolutely ridiculous.
I like Fizz. I like the fact that you like Fizz. Fizz is a fun hero, and Fizz just got killed by V-Time. Looks like blue team's gonna be able to is going to wrap this thing up. Leona's on the ropes, just getting chased down. Leona completely doomed. Here's the ace once again from Cassiopeia. How many freaking kills is that for Cassiopeia now?
It's 8. Up on 8.
8 kills. I guess almost all of them have been yielded here late game. Varus with 14. So both of the carries just with ridiculous numbers on the blue side. 208 on the CS for Varus, 220 for Cassiopeia. Both of them so fed.
Yeah, Varus had a meal in the bottom lane with Xpecial and Chaox. That's for sure.
But you got to give it to the Fizz. Fizz on the purple team. Decent amount of farm there with 234, but the rest of his team is so behind. Really, you're right. The bottom lane being such a big factor. Looks like the blue team's gonna wrap this game up soon. I'm not sure how purple team can come back. Top inhib is down. Blue team now moving to bottom inhib. As soon as that bottom inhibitor goes down, I mean, this is pretty much GG no read.
Yeah, the double, here we go. They're coming in with almost a frustration fight here. You're getting all spread out. They are pushing them out of their base, though.
The Manatee missed. There was a miss there by Blitzcrank on that grab. Didn't work out. Leona moving in, trying to harass, trying to take down that Udyr, I believe. But now Leona once again in a situation getting 4v1'd. No choice but to go back. Another triple kill being yielded. Varus kind of playing D, keeping everybody off. Now all 3 inhibs are down, forcing the surrender from the purple team. That was a very exciting game. That was some really nice high-level play.
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't we head on over to the score screen, take another look.
Sounds great. All right, here we are on the score screen. You guys are the analysis guys. Break it down. What happened this game? What caused that domination? Well, you know, I guess I can't call it domination. I'll shut up. You guys talk about it.
Well, I think lesson number one is don't feed the enemy's carry. And granted, having a Blitzcrank on the enemy team does make things different, but if you know that your opponents have a Blitzcrank, you have to play accordingly. You may... You will have to play more conservatively. You cannot be quite as aggressive. And at the end of the day, if you don't have quite as many CS as the enemy carry, but you have not fed them, you are in a better position than if you get aggressive and fail, or if you are just trying to play normally and fail to take into account the robot's grab, his speed boost, etc., his ability to shut down people in the bottom lane with his ally. You know, it seems like they just weren't paying attention to Blitzcrank. They let Blitzcrank grab him over and over and over again. You can't do that.
Well, I'm going to actually take a different look at it. I don't see it so much as Xpecial and Chaox playing poorly. I think that more credit just needs to go to the way the robot played, Daydreaming played. I think his play was just really, really impressive, and he was in the right maneuver. He was in the right spot, and I think, they died probably, I think it was 10 or 12 times in that bottom lane. I mean, you and I, we'd have died 30. So.
Well, yeah, but we're 800 elo and these guys are 200, so I'm guessing. I have not played enough ranked games to even have
single-digit elo.
Something like that. So, anyways, but the big story is the carry, 17 kills on that Varus. You saw he was just tearing through people. Well, better organization from the blue team overall. More coordinated ganks in the team fights. When the team fights really mattered, they were all together, and there wasn't a lot of trickling. There was some trickling for them, but significantly less than from the purple team. So the purple team was playing like a solo queue, and even though the blue team was also a solo queue, they were playing much less like one. So that's where the big comes down.
Very excellent point. Just the trickle factor alone is probably what cost them most of those team fights. If they had been in position, if they had been more together, close enough to help each other, that's the bottom line. If your team is not close enough to help you, you should not engage. And obviously the robot is Blitzcrank is a factor. His grab is a big factor. It's really a great initiate, but at the same time, you need to be able to take that into account. There's only so many things Blitzcrank can do. There's only so many sneaky things Blitzcrank can do. He's kind of limited. So, if you're not expecting it, after the first couple of times you get grabbed, then, I don't know. To me personally, the way it seemed like it went down was Chaox and Xpecial got ganked a few times, and their game never got better. I feel like that they started out bad, and they were never able to pick it up, really. And just having a bad start a lot of times can demoralize you. So it may not have even been... Obviously, they're very talented players. Nobody is saying that they're not. But if you have a bad start, it can demoralize you, and it can snowball very quickly into bad engagements, bad team fights, tunnel vision, bad decisions.
Fair enough. Fair enough. My 2 points, Blitzcrank, MVP trophy for the match. And in terms of teamwork, you can see it in the numbers. The ratio of kills to assists on the blue team, notice there's double the assists relative to the kills, or there's significantly more assists than kills. Not so much the case on the purple side, which meant that the blue team was there for each other during engagements. The numbers show it, as opposed to the purple team, they were not there for each other as much during engagements. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Click the link up in the top left-hand corner to check out our League of Legends playlist, top right-hand corner to check out our YouTube channel. We've got plenty more Procasts coming up. Thank you so much for these high elo players for entertaining us today, and we will see you in our next cast.